If you want to break into cybersecurity but feel overwhelmed with all the certs, labs, and career paths, you're not alone. Many people struggle to figure out what to learn first, what certifications are worth their time, and how to tell if they're actually making progress. When you search for advice, you get hundreds of opinions, conflicting roadmaps, and dozens of terms you've never heard before. It's no wonder so many people never get started. The most common question that I get is, where do I even start? This video gives you a real, no BS starting point. Not theory, not hype. Just a clear foundation to help you build your skills so you start working towards your first role in cybersecurity. For those who only want the quick summary, here's what you need to know. You don't need to be a genius to break into cybersecurity. What matters is your curiosity, your consistency, and your ability to stick with it when things get tough. Success in this field comes from repetition and grit, not shortcuts. Don't ask if you're smart enough, ask if you're willing to stick it out. There's no single path into cybersecurity, and everybody's journey looks different. The industry is constantly changing with new certs, tools, and roles. Make sure you are using advice as a reference point and not as the de facto rule book. Make sure you're building your own path based off your interests, your goals, and your timelines. And also, be ready to change your plans as life happens. Use LinkedIn as a career journal to showcase your progress. Certification posts, in my experience, perform particularly well, which can attract recruiters, hiring managers, peers, and real opportunities through consistent, valuable updates. Master the fundamentals. I don't mean kind of knowing the fundamentals or being pretty good at the fundamentals. I mean mastering them and intimately being familiar with them like it's the back of your hand. Fundamentals include networking, Linux, and basic security concepts. These are the backbone of every, and I mean every, cybersecurity specialization. Once you get those down, level up by learning how to code and learn cloud computing to build job-ready skills. Make sure you revisit the fundamentals regularly to stay sharp. Once you build up your foundation, choose a specific cybersecurity specialization and reverse engineer it by studying actual job descriptions. Your roadmap should be based off of real-world demand. Now, at this point in the path, you should have a couple entry-level certifications, and you need to build upon that by going after more intermediate certifications that are made specifically for the role that you're trying to target. Now, my final bullet point here is to stop passively consuming cybersecurity content and just take action. Create a Try Hack Me account, do your first Try Hack Me room, create a LinkedIn account, start posting your progress on LinkedIn, and start studying for the Network Plus certification. Create a consistent study routine and treat cybersecurity like a second full-time job. The ones who succeed in this field are the ones who show up daily, stay disciplined, and outwork everyone else. If that high-level summary was all you needed, feel free to click off the video now. But before you go, if you got any value out of this video whatsoever, do me a small favor and like this video and subscribe for more hacking and cybersecurity content. Now, for those who are sticking around for the full breakdown and want to become future elites in this field, let me quickly introduce myself for those who are new to the channel. My name is Kyser Clark. I have been in the cybersecurity field for over 7 years now, and I currently work as a full-time penetration tester, also known as an ethical hacker. This isn't theory. I do this in the real world every single day, and I'm here to help you grow your hacking and cybersecurity knowledge. Let me start by resetting a few expectations, especially if you're brand new. You don't need to be good with computers or good at math or even know how to code to get started with cybersecurity. Those are myths that scare off a lot of people before they even start. But the truth is, none of us was born knowing any of this, and everything can be learned. What matters more than talent is your passion for the subject, your curiosity, and your ability to stick with it when things get hard. This field is all about figuring things out one step at a time and building real skills through repetition. Cybersecurity is also massive, and there's not a single person on this planet that knows everything there is about cybersecurity. That includes me, and that includes any expert that you look up to. This field is too vast for anyone to master every single corner of it, and that is exactly what makes this field exciting. There's always something new to explore. If you've got curiosity, consistency, and patience, then you're already ahead of most people. The ones who don't make it in this field are usually the ones looking for shortcuts to success or expecting fast results. So if you're sitting there wondering, am I smart enough for this? You're asking the wrong question. The real question is, are you willing to keep going when it stops being fun? or easy? Are you willing to give up your free time and comfort to pursue a career that actually changes your life? Are you willing to study consistently and be patient before you see results? Because that, my friends, is what separates the ones who make it from the ones who don't. Because at the end of the day, this field is not easy. It pays well for a reason. If it was easy, everyone would be here doing this stuff. But they don't, because it takes a lot of time, effort, and energy. And you have to put in that time, effort, and energy if you actually want to break into this field. Roadmaps. Everybody wants a roadmap. One thing you will quickly notice about this field is that every mentor, every YouTuber, and every blog post seems to have a different roadmap to breaking into cybersecurity. And that's because there isn't a single set path into cybersecurity. People enter this field from all kinds of backgrounds. Military, IT, retail, healthcare, straight from high school, out of college. No two journeys look exactly the same. And if you're curious what my journey looked like, I got out of high school, I worked at a restaurant, and then I pivoted into oil refineries where I did sandblasting and painting and asbestos removal. And then I joined the military into an IT role. And then once I got out of the military, I became a full-time penetration tester. The industry is constantly changing. There's always new certifications coming out, new training platforms, new job roles coming out. It changes every year. And even the certifications that have been around for a while get updated every few years. Because of that, don't be surprised if something that I say in the future or in this video conflicts with something that I said in the past. As cybersecurity professionals, like I said earlier, we have to take it one step at a time, and we're figuring it out as we go. And that's why there's so many different roadmaps, because there's literally infinite paths to success in this field. You can follow just about any roadmap from a respected professional in this field and still find success. But the best roadmap is the one you build for yourself. Your career should be like Burger King. Have it your way. So when you hear advice from people, treat it as a launch pad, not the gospel. Take what fits, leave what doesn't, and build your own path that fits your goals, your timeline, and your lifestyle. No one knows you better than you, and no roadmap, no matter how well-meaning, is a substitute for doing your own thinking. Make sure you document the journey. If you're not already using LinkedIn like a career journal, start now. When you share your journey online, what you're learning, what you've accomplished, what you're building, it does impress people. And that's the whole point. You want hiring managers, recruiters, and industry peers to see your progress and take notice. And that's how real networking starts. When you post something valuable or insightful, people naturally want to connect with you. With the advanced social media algorithms in full effect, networking has literally never been easier. And as I say, your network is your net worth. Certification posts in particular do really well in my experience. Certification posts are a great way to not only showcase what you learn, but to also help other people follow in your footsteps by sharing your studying plan and highlighting what surprised you during that certification journey. It not only builds your credibility, but it also builds your network, because people like to connect with people who help them. And the best person you are equipped to serve is the person you used to be. With that being said, I am not a fan of I'm starting XYZ certification posts, because the cold hard truth is no one cares what you start. They only care what you finish. Some people like to post their goals online to be held accountable, but the reality is most strangers aren't going to hold you accountable. And if you need public pressure to stay on track of your goals this early in the game, that is a sign that this field isn't for you. If the passion is real, you'll get the job done whether someone is watching or not. Let's talk fundamentals, because in cybersecurity, they're the only thing that doesn't change, and they are the foundation for every specialization in this field. I have fundamentals broken down into two distinct levels. Level 1 fundamentals include networking, Linux, and security basics. I personally learned the security basics through the CompTIA Security Plus. It was my first certification, and my second certification was the CompTIA Linux Plus. That's how I learned Linux. And the way I learned networking was through the Cisco Certified Network Associate, also known as the CCNA. However, I don't recommend the CCNA. I actually recommend the CompTIA Network Plus over the CCNA for most people. And if you're wondering why I think that, you definitely need to check out my CCNA versus Network Plus video. I also use TryHackMe to revisit the fundamentals and to lock them into my memory. And that's the thing with fundamentals. You don't learn them just once. You have to revisit them continuously from different angles using different platforms until it feels automatic. And if you want a deeper dive into these foundational topics, I already have dedicated videos for how to learn Linux, how to learn networking, and even how to pass Security Plus. Once you get networking, Linux, and security basics down, it's time to level up with 2 more skills: cloud computing and coding.
But Kyser, you said I didn't need to know how to code.
No, I said you didn't need to know how to code to get started. But if you want to separate yourself from the rest of the pack and become a true expert in this field, then learning how to code, at least at a basic level, is essential. The good news is you don't have to be a full stack developer. You just have to know how to read, write, and modify basic scripts. And I actually have an entire video dedicated to how to learn how to code for cybersecurity professionals if you want to expand on that point. And unfortunately, at the time of this recording, I do not have a dedicated how to learn cloud computing video, but I just gave myself the idea to make one, so stay tuned for that. But for now, just know that I expanded my cloud knowledge due to the CompTIA Cloud Plus certification. That was a good certification to get because I not only learned about the cloud, but it also renewed my CompTIA Linux Plus. Now, CompTIA does make a Cloud Essentials Plus. However, that certification is a watered down version of the Cloud Plus. Now, I don't have it, but I skipped over it because really that certification is to teach cloud to non-technical professionals. And I advocate for you to be highly technical because that's what separates people who make it from the people who don't. This is an extremely technical field, and the more technical you are, the better off you will be, and the further you're going to separate yourself from the rest of the pack. But even then, the CompTIA Cloud Plus, I feel, is still very fundamental when it comes to cloud computing. There's still so many things that I wish I knew about the cloud. And that's why I have the Certified Cloud Security Professional from ISC2 and AWS certifications on my radar. So if you want to take your cloud skills to the next level, then I highly recommend going after those certifications. Once you build a solid foundation, it's time to figure out which specialization you want to take in cybersecurity. Now, I don't expect you to have a specialization picked out as soon as you start your cybersecurity journey. You can actually learn all those foundational topics I just talked about before you even pick a specialization. And if you're struggling to figure out which specialization you want to choose, I actually have a video dedicated to just that. And once you get all those foundational topics under your belt, it's absolutely critical that you choose a specialization at this point, because if you don't have a specialization, then you're not going to be able to make meaningful progress until you do. You can't reach your destination if you don't have a plan. Think of it like reverse engineering your future. Let's say you want to become a penetration tester like me. Start by asking yourself, what skills do I need to learn to get hired as a pen tester? Then go look at real job descriptions. What tools, skills, and certifications show up over and over again? That's your roadmap. And this applies across the board. Whether you're aiming to become a SOC analyst, a GRC specialist, incident responder, or cybersecurity engineer, job descriptions will show you what employers actually want. At this point in your journey, I recommend expanding on that Security Plus foundation. If you're aiming for defensive security or blue team roles, then the CompTIA COSA Plus is worth considering. And if you're shooting for offensive security roles such as pentesting or red teaming, then the CompTIA Pentest Plus is a solid next move. Now, this video isn't meant to give you everything you need to know for a specific role. I've already made dedicated deep dive roadmaps for you to check out once you knocked out your first study session. At the time of this recording, I have dedicated videos on how to become a penetration tester, a SOC or cybersecurity analyst, and I have one for cybersecurity engineer. To wrap things up, here are your next 5 moves. Move number 1, close YouTube. Stop binge watching content and calling it progress. While there is a ton of valuable content on YouTube, much of it is distracting. This platform is literally designed to keep you entertained for hours on end, and it will distract you from your goals if you don't keep it in check. The YouTube algorithm probably won't like me after that tip, but I don't make a living off this platform, so it is what it is. Move number 2, go to tryhackme.com and create an account for free. Once you create your account and you are on your dashboard, come up to the top and click on Learn. Click on Learn again. And then as you see, we are on the learning roadmap. If you scroll down, you can see that the first path in this roadmap is pre-security. You can click on this and you can actually get started right away. The first room is offensive security intro, and then do this room. Hack your first website legally in a safe environment and experience an ethical hacker's job. Move number 3, create a LinkedIn account. If you already have one, update it. Now go back to Try Hack Me to your offensive security intro and click share your achievement and click LinkedIn. Now write what you learned from this room here, and then click post. Move number 4, order your Network Plus study materials and start progressing towards your first certification. I recommend going to amazon.com and in the search bar type in Network Plus study guide, hit enter, and then scroll down until you see the CompTIA Network Plus certification kit. Click on this, and as you can see here, it is a kit that gives you not only the study guide but the practice questions that will help you pass the exam. This is by Todd Lamel, who actually wrote the CCNA study guide to help me get CCNA certified, and that's exactly how I learned networking. Now, it doesn't have to be amazon.com, but Amazon is going to deliver it to you faster. The faster you get your stuff, the faster you can get started. Next, I want you to go to cbtnuggets.com, and I want you to click on Learn, go to Certification Training, and then I want you to find the CompTIA Network Plus. As you see right now, it's on the home page, but that's subject to change. Click on Network Plus, and as you see, this is the CompTIA Network Plus online training taught by Keith Barker. Now, Keith Barker, he is the course that I use to pass Security Plus. He also helped me pass the CCNA through his YouTube channel. Keith Barker is the OG of IT, and I can't thank him enough for helping me out in my career, and I'm sure he's going to do the same thing for you. And that saying that I said earlier, none of us are born knowing this stuff. All this can be learned. I got that from him. He inspired me to really cement that in my brain. I didn't come up with that. That was all him. Keith Barker, real MVP. Now, as you can see, it does cost $59 per month for this. That is 100% worth it. That is not a cost. That is an investment into your future. And it's the best investment you will ever make in your entire life. I promise you. As you can see, this is a beginner level course. It has virtual labs and it has practice exams. These practice exams complement the practice test book that I told you to buy earlier. You want to do as many practice exams and practice questions as you possibly can. You want to do over 1,000 questions. If you're not doing over 1,000 questions, your chance of failing the first time is greatly increased. So the more practice exams you do, the better off you will be. Binge watch this. Close YouTube, binge watch CBT Nuggets, and you will start making progress. I promise you. Now, FYI, this video is not sponsored and they're not paying me to tell you this stuff. There's other courses out there. There's other books out there. There's other instructors out there. There's other authors out there. And honestly, you can't really go wrong with anything. The point is you just want to get started. These are the resources that I use to help me out, and I'm confident they will help you out. But by all means, if you feel comfortable doing another course with another instructor, with another author, then go for it. There are other options out there, and you're not limited to just these. Move number 5, create a study plan and stick to it. Aim for 3 to 5 hours a day after school or work, and on your days off, aim for 8 hours. If you're serious, you have to treat cybersecurity like a second full-time job. Put in 1 hour a day on Try Hack Me, and put the rest of your time into studying for the Network Plus. The more hours you put in, the more progress you're going to make. Do not skip days. Shoot for the 365-day streak badge on Try Hack Me. And to prove to you that it is possible, and to lead by example, I'm not telling you stuff that I actually didn't do. Look at this. I'm on the badges on Try Hack Me. These are my earned badges. We're going to scroll down. Look at that. 365-day streak. Hacking for 365 days in a row. I did this. It was one of the best things I've ever done. Changed my life, and it set me up for success like no other. And if that sounds intense, it's because it is. The skills gap is a myth. There are limited amounts of slots in cybersecurity. Not everyone is going to make it. The people who are going to make it are the ones who outwork everybody else. And you are in competition whether you like it or not. And the clock just started.